Hey everyone, Live It Like Lisa here. Welcome back to my Simplified Life series. It's a new series I'm doing on my channel, which I'm really excited about. I know you hate YouTubers always saying they're so excited, but this series is just making me feel so good. And I'm just so excited to share it with you guys. So my Simplified Life series is basically about me making my life simpler. It's about getting rid of a lot of unnecessary stuff. It's about putting things in place that will make my life easier. And yeah, just basically decluttering, getting rid of stuff, streamlining everything, and just being able to live a simple life. So in my first video that I did, a lot of people mentioned the Swedish death cleaning, which I think, is that what it's called? Swedish death cleaning or Swedish death decluttering? I don't know, the Swedish death method of decluttering and cleaning, whatever it is. I had heard the term before and I never really looked it up, and in my mind I was thinking it's just a more extreme version of KonMari method and minimalist all combined into one, where you're basically owning nothing and sleeping on a mattress on the floor. Like, I don't know, that's in my head what I had, that I thought it was all about. But turns out my whole Simplified Life series idea is based on Swedish death cleaning. So yes, this whole series has been sort of put into place since the passing of my mother-in-law, and just dealing with all of her stuff and having to get rid of all her stuff has made me rethink everything that I own, and just not having that burden on someone else once I go. I know it's a bit morbid to say it like that, but at the end of the day, owning this much stuff is just making my life more complicated rather than simpler, and it's just taking me away from doing stuff that I want to do, because I just feel like I'm spending all of my time cleaning, organizing, decluttering, doing all of that, and I'm not getting time to do a lot of hobbies that I enjoy. So yeah, long story short, this week is kitchen week. So the first video I did was my master bedroom. The second video in this series was the pantry area. Now, I wasn't going to do my kitchen until last, mainly because it's a room that gets used every single day, multiple times a day. And I just felt like if I did my kitchen, I'd always be chasing my tail trying to keep it clean, because everyone would come in and mess it up. But I did my pantry last week because it really needed doing. I couldn't even find food that I was looking for in there. It was that bad. And once I did my pantry, it just really motivated me to get my kitchen done. So we've pushed the kitchen forward a few weeks and we're doing it today. Now I've already done it, so I'm just filming this intro retrospect. So, oh my God, it looks so good, guys. You've got no idea. Now, my kitchen, I feel, compared to a lot of people, is pretty minimalistic, and I mean, minimalistic as far as appliances, pots and pans and all of that sort of thing. I still managed to declutter a lot from my kitchen. So it was like my whole dining table was full of stuff that I managed to get rid of. So I'm really happy, and I'm really excited for you guys to see this video. So without me blabbing on anymore, let's jump straight into kitchen week. Yay! So I've just realized I never did a whole scan of the kitchen, and to be honest, it wasn't necessarily overly dirty, but I just figured we'll go drawer by drawer, cupboard by cupboard, getting rid of stuff, and then I can just show you what the whole kitchen looks like in the end. This is my cutlery drawer, and first of all, I'm just removing all of the utensils that don't belong in this drawer. This is Jamie unpacking the dishwasher and just throwing things in the drawer that don't even belong here. So I'm taking those out to start with because I have got a little canister on the other side near my stove that these utensils will go into. Now, I had a look at my tongs. I don't think there's any need for me to have 4 sets of tongs. These ones I'm getting rid of. They're hopeless anyway. They're very hard to pick things up with because they're on a funny angle. So they're gone. I'm sick of them. And I'm just going to leave one larger set of tongs and one smaller set of tongs. And then in these drawers, I'm just going to be keeping our knives, forks, and spoons. And as you can see here, I don't have multiple sets of them. We just have one set of forks, knives, and spoons, one set of steak knives and steak forks. And yeah, that's basically it. I've just gotten rid of any random sets, any odd ones. And I'm just going through the rest of the utensils now to see what we really need, what we really need to keep, and what I can get rid of. You can only keep one. Pick your favourite one.
3.
No, 1. You can only drink out of one at a time.
No, well, see, this one's a good one.
No. Well,
oh, look, it's brand new.
Okay, we'll keep that one and throw the rest.
No, this one I specially bought because it's a special one.
Well, then chuck the other one.
It's got like a saver compartment in there.
Okay, well, it's much better than the other one, so throw that one.
No, but this one's old. Actually,
okay, we'll chuck it because it's old. Keep the new one.
I'll have to get the best parts of this one.
You're only going to keep one.
No, this one's got the compartments.
Alright, so that's the one we keep. Chuck the rest. That's the best one. That's new. It's got the compartments. It's got everything all the other ones have.
That one's got compartments.
Yeah, but so is that new black one. It's
Those
bigger.
ones.
No, not 3. 1. That one's going. That's my one. I don't drink tea me anymore, so that's going. Gone. Now, realistically, you haven't used any of these in 2 years. Realistically. Now, if we're being honest with ourselves, it's been 2 years. So pick one.
But I'm starting again next week.
So am I. So pick one. Not 3! Pick 1! 1! Well, I'm throwing them out. Once I get to that cupboard, I'll leave you one.
No.
So the main things that I'm asking myself as I'm decluttering is, do I really need this item? Have I already got something that I can use instead of this item? Have I got multiples of this item? Have I used this item in the last 6 months? And, you know, if you haven't used the item in the last 6 months, chances are you're not going to use it in the next 6 months. So it's going. If you've already got some glass containers and they're already serving your purpose, why do you need 10 of them if you're only using 4 at any one time? So those are the sorts of things that I'm thinking when I'm going through my stuff. And I'm also thinking at the time of doing this reorganization is the place that I've got this item a suitable place? Is there a better place that I can put this item where I can reach it easier? Is it, close to where I need it in the kitchen? Those are the sorts of things I'm thinking as well. So I'm just using my husband here to get down some of those things on the top shelf because I can't actually reach them. And it's this top shelf where I'm going to store all the backups or unopened items or, things where we've got multiples of an item. Now, normally I don't have a lot of multiples of these sort of things, like the sauces and the cooking oils and all of that. But a lot of these have come from my mother-in-law's house, all unopened, all brand new, and all still in date. And I like to store everything in baskets because not only does it keep the shelf a lot cleaner, but it also makes it easier to bring the whole basket down if need be. And it also looks a lot neater when it is in the cupboard if everything's contained in a basket rather than just pushed into the cupboard. So, that might be another tip for keeping your cupboards neat and organized, is just contain them all in a basket. All right, so the other thing I wanted to tackle as part of this declutter series is my spice drawer. I'm not happy with these containers. I'm not happy with the labels I've put on them because they're paper and you can't really get them wet or washed. I think I've got way too much. I'm just not that type of chef. I don't know why I've got so many. Probably bought them because I needed them for some sort of recipe. But so I'm going to pare them down. I'm just going to keep the stuff that I actually use. I've got some smaller containers to put them in, and I've got some proper labels to put on them. I know I could make the labels with my Cricut machine, but I just found some in my drawer that I had purchased from Kmart ages ago. So I'm hoping they'll fit on the new lids that I've got, and I'll just do that. I basically want to pare this down to maybe about 1/4. So we'll get all these out and we'll start paring them down. Okay, so this is all of them on the counter. So these are the ones I've got from Kmart. I actually had these in my craft room. I was going to be using them in my craft room, but they've been sitting there for a while now and I haven't had any use for them. And I just figured, if I'll show you one of these, see here, this has got a lid that you can't really put any label on easily. So I figured I might swap these out, use these in my craft room and use these as my spices, because I can just stick a label straight on the top there. So that's what I'm going to do with these. And because like I said, I just made these using my printer. They're just actual paper stickers. They're no good. You can't wash them or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just going to basically get rid of these, probably put them in my craft room or sell them. So I'm going to finish labeling these, fill them all up and put them back in my spice drawer, and then I will show you at the end when I do a final reveal. The other thing I'm doing under the sink to make my life a little bit easier and a little bit simpler, and it's these little things that all add up to make a difference. So previously I was storing all of my dishwasher tablets in this tin here with a lid on it. And every time I needed to get a dishwasher tablet out, I had to lift the lid off and get the tablet out. So I just figured, why not just put it in an open basket? No more having to lift the lid off, put the lid back on. And yeah, they're just easy to get to, easy access. I've already got this basket anyway, because I've got 2 of the baskets that I'm using over my stove for all my sauces. And this is the 3rd basket in that set, which I want to keep anyway. And that way this basket's getting used and I can remove that tin from my house. I have no longer a use for it, so I can actually get rid of that tin. So it's another item that I'm actually removing from my house and getting rid of. And this will just make my life simpler. Like I can just reach in, grab a dishwasher tablet and it's done. And I know it seems like it's petty and little, but I think all of these things will just add up for a simpler life. So the next cupboard here is where I keep all of my holiday plates and mugs, and I'm getting rid of a lot of this. Like I'm pretty much getting rid of all of my Easter stuff that you can see here, because I'm just not loving it. I don't love the mugs. They're awkward to drink out of. They just don't feel nice drinking out of them. I don't like the canisters because they're clear, and these plates we typically only use for Halloween. I do like them because they've got like a skeleton bone vibe to me, so I am going to keep them, but I am getting rid of the Halloween mugs. And then down the bottom here we've got some Christmas stuff. So I did end up getting rid of those chocolate fountains. We just don't really use them, and to clean them up is just such a pain in the butt. So we've got a little fondue set that we do use whenever we want to do dipping chocolate, so I figured that is just way simpler, way easier. So I wasn't happy with these copper items sitting here. They just didn't look right. They didn't spark joy. So I just replaced them with a couple of little DIY pots that do spark joy. So before I take you through my whole kitchen decluttered and cleaned now, I just want to show you everything that is being either chucked out or sold that's come from my kitchen. These are all Jessie's chilies that she's grown and dehydrated, so I think she's selling them on Marketplace. We've got some Halloween decor. We've got some little, I don't know what you call those, condiment sauces, whatever, I don't know, like little bowls. All of that's getting chucked. We don't need any of that. What else on this side? We have some lemons from our tree and some oranges. We've got to just juice those up so they're not going back into the kitchen like that. We've got some spare sets of salt and pepper that I'm going to be selling. We actually bought those for the cafe, but yeah, we don't need them now, so we're just going to get rid of those. That just needs to go back in the toolbox. All of this little pile here is just cleaning stuff that I need to put back into the laundry caddy. All of this is getting chucked. The little glass bottles I'm going to keep for a future craft project. This is getting chucked. These are getting chucked. Cat litter liners. We don't have a cat litter that will fit that. Those are getting rid of. They're no good. This we're selling. This, once I've used up my dishwashing liquid in the other one, I'll be getting rid of that. This chopping board's going. These recipe books are going. Never used them. These extra tongs are going. Those plastic cutting boards are getting chucked. All of these milkshake maker things are getting chucked. Our coffee machine, we're probably going to sell. Nothing wrong with it. We just don't like the pod coffee. We've gone through a few different models and we just don't like it. So we are going to be getting a proper cappuccino type maker machine. So that will be, yeah, one in the future once we save up a bit, because I think they're about $500 for the one that we want. So yeah, that'll be in the future. Those little attachments are all for that. So these are all, again, like little ingredient bowls. I'm just not that type of cook. I just chop it on my chopping board and then it goes straight in the pan. I'm not one to put stuff in bowls, so I barely used them. They're going. My Halloween mugs, I like the look of them, but they're not comfortable to drink out of, so they're going. Same with the Easter ones. Jamie said we can get rid of these Star Wars ones. He's not fussed about those. These little miniature things I'm getting rid of, don't need them. My Easter canisters, I don't like them. I don't like them because when I put tea, sugar and coffee in them, they're see-through and it just, I don't know, to me it looks messy, so I'm just getting rid of them. No longer need them. Same with the plates. I like the plates, I just don't like the shape of them. They're the coffee pods to go with the coffee. So these are just some plastic, like disposable things. We've never used them, chucking them. Our big chocolate fountains, we actually had two of these because when we did a party, we did one with white chocolate, one with regular chocolate. We've got a table runner here that I no longer want. We've got some extra placemats I don't want, some white serviettes. I don't think I will actually get rid of these or chuck these because it's actually nice linen, so I might just put them in my craft room in case I need them for a different project. And they're just some disposable serviettes. That's everything that's actually leaving my kitchen. And I mean, you guys know my kitchen's fairly minimal as it is, but to get rid of all of that out of my kitchen cupboards, I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so good. So I'm just going to put all this stuff away now, either throw it in the bin or put the stuff that I'm selling in the bar room. And then I will do a whole kitchen reveal. It's looking so good, guys. I'm so happy. So stay tuned. I'll be back in a sec. Oh, guys, you have no idea how good it feels to wake up to the kitchen looking like this. I have finally finished my kitchen. I am so happy with everything. I'm happy with all the decor I've got now. I'm happy with how much stuff I got rid of. And yeah, so I'm just going to take you through everything. We'll start off on these drawers. We'll work our way around. We'll go up into those cupboards and I'll like explain, yeah, just how I've done it, what I've gotten rid of. So, excuse the rest of my house, that still needs to be done today. I'm going to be doing this room today, filming it and getting that out for you guys. Now, I haven't done my fridge. I haven't cleaned that out or organised that yet. That's going to be another day. So, we've just got the fridge here. I'm happy with that little floral display on the top. There's quite a big gap above the fridge, so I think it definitely needs something up there. And yeah, happy to keep that, that's fine. Now, my tiered tray is currently empty. This tray I typically decorate for the holidays, like for Halloween, Christmas and Easter. And I've got a few DIY projects coming up. After I finish this series, the Simplified series, I've got a few little DIYs coming up on how to make some decor for this tiered tray. So it will have decor on it eventually. So starting on my 3 drawers here, I have decluttered a fair bit. Now I'm not one that has a lot of gadgets and a lot of appliances and things like that to start with. So it was fairly minimal anyway. This is basically all I've got in my drawers now. We've got a couple of graters, a machete, some scissors. We've got our cutlery set, our steak knife set, and I've whittled it down to 2 tongs. I've moved my measuring cups and measuring spoons and my juicer into this little drawer. It just makes sense to have it with all the other utensils. Then we've got some dessert spoons and some odd utensils in there. So it's mainly just a bottle opener, a garlic press, a thermometer and peeler. So that is pretty much it as far as all of my utensils go. I do have a canister over there that's got some wooden ones in, but we'll go through that in a minute. So yeah, decluttered everything I don't use. So that's the first drawer. So now I've actually got 2 sets of dinner plates. We've got this set here that we use as our everyday dinner plates. It's a fairly new set that I got from Kmart. I just absolutely love the look of it, the fact that each one is all like different and unique. So yeah, this is sort of what we use every day. And then I do have another dinner set that used to be our everyday set. Just a plain white. It's easy to use for holidays and all of that sort of thing. And yeah, I mean, I guess I could declutter one. If it was my choice, I'd get rid of all these and just have the other ones, but Michael said absolutely not. So we need to keep our plain white ones. So in this cupboard is just our bin, both our bins. I'm not going to open that because they're full, they need emptying. In this cupboard now, as you can see, it's not very stacked. I mean, it's nice if you have the space to spread everything out, obviously. I've also just gotten rid of a lot of stuff. So as you can see, there's a space here at the back that is for one of these other, look at this guy, really? So this space at the back is for one of these other dishes that is currently just in our fridge with some leftovers in. So yeah, I kind of spaced everything out so it's easy to get to, nothing stacked on top of each other. And when there is something taken out, you know that the missing space is where it belongs. And then down the bottom here, we've just got our red storage containers. I got rid of all of those round ones with the blue lids. I just feel like I just prefer the square ones better. I like that they're all the same. And yeah, just got rid of extras. And then we've got a big mixing bowl there with a sifter. So that's all in that cupboard. And yeah, I've just gotten rid of, I mean, like I said, I was never a big clutter bug in the kitchen as such, but I mean, I still managed to get rid of a table full of stuff, so I'm pretty happy about that. So in my under sink area, we have 2 hooks here where I keep the tea towels. Then in my cleaning supplies, I've just kept under the sink the cleaning supplies I need in the kitchen. Normally I would have a whole heap of other cleaning supplies, but I've now stored them in the laundry, and I have a cleaning caddy that I just take with me room by room. So these are the things that I typically just use in the kitchen, like your spray and wipes, the pink stuff, obviously fly and spider spray. We do need to get another dishwashing liquid and another rinse aid. They're sort of running low, so they will go in that basket. And then I swapped out the tin that I had all of my dishwashing tablets in for this basket. And then we've just got paper towels there. And then on this side, we've just got the scrubbing brush and dishcloth. So yeah, again, I've just streamlined what's under my kitchen sink to just have the stuff I need in the kitchen. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna move on to the bench tops in a minute, but we'll do all the cupboards for now. That's just our dishwasher. Now in this cupboard is where I keep all of our Christmas burners and accessories for our Christmas dinner. If you've been following me for a little while, you know we do like what we call little fry pans at Christmas time. And yeah, it's where each person has their own little burner, which are down there. You cook your own food in your own little fry pan. So all of this stuff is for that. So we've got the trays that you put all the meat and vegetables on. Those are the wooden trays that you eat from. And then under here is where all the burners and the other stuff is that we need for Christmas. So that's basically just all our Christmas accessories that we need. So that's that cupboard. Didn't really declutter much from there. Oven, that needs cleaning again, but that will be another day. Now, in here, we have all of our cookie sheets and baking tins. Now, I kept the muffin and cupcake tins because Jessie still does like to do muffins and cupcakes every now and again. And then we've just got a couple of pizza trays and some cookie sheets. Now, I have decluttered these once before, and what we have left is basically what we do use quite regularly. So that's all I've kept in there. Then in the last cupboard here is just where our pots and pans are. And again, I don't have an excess of pots and pans. It's basically just one pots and pan set. I think it's by Scan Pan. So it came with that set of 4 pans there, as well as the fry pan. We do have a couple of extra fry pans, like a non-stick one and a cast iron one. So we do have a couple of extra fry pans that do get used quite a bit. And we've also got like a brand new fry pan that came from Ormy's house that, I mean, I didn't want to get rid of it because like if you guys have had non-stick pans before, you know they don't last forever. So I thought, well, we'll keep that one, and then when ours needs throwing out, we've already got a backup. That's the pots and pans situation. And then down here is just the wok, the egg poacher, and a couple of roasting tins. Again, all from the same brand. And that's basically all I ever use. I mean, my stove top's only got, you know, 4 elements really. I never really use the middle one. So I can't, you know, having more than 4 pans to fit on those elements doesn't really make sense for me. We're only a family of 4, so it's, you know, this has suited us fine. Most of the time we're a 1-pot family, so yeah, it's more than enough for us. So that is all of the bottom cupboards. Now on the top here, I have my tiered tray, like I explained before. That will get some decor on it. On this side here, oh, it's probably the lighting's not great. I hope you can see it. Is that a bit better? So I just have my knife block and my little collection of chopping boards. I do enjoy my chopping boards. I know I could pare them down quite a bit, but I do use them all, you know, for different purposes. So I just love the way they look there. So I kind of have them for decor and for purpose. So that's my chopping boards. My decor shelves up here, I did get rid of all the copper little elements that were up there. I just wasn't loving those, and I've replaced it with these two little white pots that I gave makeovers to. The windmill I was looking at, thinking of getting rid of, but to be honest, I couldn't be bothered climbing on a chair to bring it down. So I'm happy for it to stay where it is for now. It's not doing much. And all of this decluttering is a work in progress anyway. You know, in a few months' time, I might go through my kitchen again and do even more of a declutter. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, the big thing is I've moved all of my washing detergents and brushes and everything that normally used to sit on the side of the sink. I'm just keeping them under the sink. It just keeps this area nice and clear, nice and clean. It doesn't look cluttered. And at the end of the day, I've never really enjoyed the look of having the soap dispenser on the counter. Like I've seen it in other people's houses, it looks beautiful, but just for me, it's just easier to have it under the sink. I can just squirt the soap in when I need it and then put it back away. And there's just less things I need to pick up off the bench when I need to wipe it all down. So I've left this whole area nice and clear. This little corner here is where I keep all of my wooden utensils and a few other bits and pieces that I do use while I'm cooking and in the kitchen. So we've just got our paper towels, we've got a mortar and pestle, a couple of little pinch bowls, some little wooden spoons there. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm not a big utensils fan. I mean, to be honest, if it was up to me, I'd get rid of that whisk because I just don't find I use it. Whenever I need to whisk something, I pretty much use a fork. So, yeah, it's stuff like that. But then there's other members in the family that do want it and do use it. So we have to be respectful of those as well and keep them. So like I said, there's not a lot of stuff there anyway, so I'm happy with the way all of that looks. My stove is finally clean again, free from, oh, there goes the cats having a big spit. Oh well. My stove is clean again, free from grease. I had to film this early in the morning before Jamie cooks breakfast because, yeah, he's ready to cook bacon and eggs again. So it's clean for 5 minutes while I'm filming. I've removed the chopping board from here. I did have a chopping board behind those canisters. I've just put it where all my other chopping boards are for now. And I just feel like it just frees up this space a little bit and makes it look a little bit less cluttered. So I just have my salt, chili and pepper in those canisters and a couple of spoons next to it to scoop them out. And then here is my potatoes, onion and garlic canisters. Absolutely love these. They were a Kmart purchase ages ago. Yeah, I do use those quite regularly. So moving up into the top cupboards here, there's basically empty. So I've just got the scales, the knife sharpener and a measuring jug in there, mainly because I didn't have anywhere else to put that measuring jug. It didn't really sort of fit anywhere, like not fit as in fit, but fit as in look right with everything else. So I just thought it's handy, everyone can reach it. So I'm happy that it's in there, and that's all I've got in that cupboard now. And then in this cupboard is just where I keep all of my cooking oils and cooking sauces. These are the other baskets I was talking about where I've got my dishwashing tablets in one. So there's a set of 3 of those. I've got 2 of them in this cupboard. And these ones sort of contain all the backups or all the stuff that's not opened yet. So that's what I've put in those. And these are the working oils and the working sauces, the ones that are opened and ready to use. And that again up the top there is some backups. And I put them up the top because I can't really reach them properly without a stool, so they're out the way and not getting mixed up with all the stuff that is currently open. So that's how I've organized that cupboard. Pretty happy with the way all that looks. And as you can tell, I like containing stuff in baskets. Not only does it make it instantly look neater, but it also makes it easier to find what you're looking for. You can just pull the whole basket out if you want, and yeah, just go through it and put it all back without having to shift around, you know, 30 different bottles. So that's why I like containing stuff in baskets. Now, moving on to this area of the kitchen. So we've got the fridge next door, and then we've got this whole cupboard set up here. So we'll go in the big one first. This is the only one that I would love to change if I could, but it's not my stuff that's in it. So I'll give you a bit of an overview first. This is what it looks like. Now, up the top there is all of our barbecue and grilling things, stuff, accessories, stuff that we use for the barbecue and on the barbecue. This is all Michael's Hydro Flask collection. Oh my God, you have no idea how much I want to declutter this, but no, he's very adamant he loves his Hydro Flask stuff, so that whole shelf is for him as long as he keeps it neat. Now, these are the only appliances that I own. So we have a dehydrator, a what do you call those? Convection oven, a sandwich, toasted sandwich maker. We've got a little bullet right up the back there, a rice cooker and a slow cooker. So that's all the appliances I ever use, and yeah, they get used quite regularly. So I like having them on hand, easy access, makes it perfect. Then in these 4 baskets here those are accessories for the NutriBullet. I mean, I would honestly get rid of the NutriBullet. I haven't used it in about 3 years, maybe more. I don't think I've ever used it in this house, so it must be going on 4 or 5 years. But Michael didn't want to get rid of it, so that's his. I can't get rid of it. This is just our handheld whisk or mixer, whatever you call those. This is a backup of my salt and pepper and vinegar oil. I know it seems weird to have a backup of those, but these are my absolute favorite. See how they're just sort of like I don't know, not embossed, but yeah, they're raised up, same as that. That's like a matching set. It was from Kmart, the cheapest set ever, but I absolutely loved them. And one day the cat bloody just pulled the whole table runner off the table and smashed them. So, well, I think she smashed one of the oil bottles and one of the pepper bottles. And I was absolutely devastated. And so I found a backup on Marketplace and bought it just in case it ever happens again. And then this is Michael's beef jerky and chili sauces that he needs to do reviews on. So that's his stuff. I didn't touch any of that. And then down the bottom there is just where we keep all the dog biscuits. So those 2 containers have the dog biscuits in it with a scoop. They're just backup bags, and that's just like vitamins and things for the dogs. So that's that cupboard. I feel like I did get rid of a heap of other water bottles that weren't Hydro Flasks. So we have just got the Hydro Flask bottles now. Everything else is gone. Now, in this little cupboard above the microwave, I did not touch because it's mostly Michael's. Like that shelf is all Michael's. It's all his stuff he needs to do a review on, his vitamin things, all of that sort of stuff. I don't even know what it is, so I just leave it as it is. I don't want to touch it because then I get blamed if something goes missing. Up the top here are my cookbooks. I've mainly just got Pete Evans and Weber cookbooks there. This big pink one was actually my mum's favourite cookbook, so I do have that because there is a recipe in there that I absolutely love, and I just want to keep that. And then those are the milkshake makers that Michael did want to keep. So out of the whole basket that we had, you saw me sorting through, those are the ones I allowed him to keep. So yeah, we've just got those. So that is all for that cupboard. Then moving down, we've got the microwave. Now here is a big change. This is now my spice drawer. I love these tiny little containers. They stack and you know, sit in the drawer a lot nicer than the other ones did. All of them are nicely labeled on the top. You can see them clearly. I can wash them, you know, it's all, yeah, I much prefer this setup. And as you can see, I've decluttered a lot. Well, probably not so much decluttered, but because they're a smaller jar, they're taking up way less space in the drawer. So yeah, that's my whole spice drawer decluttered. And if you guys want to know, these were all from that maybe looks even better. All these little canisters were from Kmart. I think you got a pack of 12. I'm not sure if it was 12 or 9. I think it might have been 12 for only a couple of dollars. They're super cheap at Kmart. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving that. So that's my spice drawer. Very happy with that. This was the paper wrap and garbage bag drawer. Like I said, a lot of this excess came from Ormy's house, so as we get through it, you know, we won't be repurchasing it. So we mainly just have foil, baking paper, and normally Glad wrap, as well as a few snap lock bags and our bin bags. That's all we normally have in here in this drawer. So all of this is just excess stuff from Ormy's house that we can just use up. So at least it's organized and we can find what we're looking for. This is now my tea towel drawer. I did go through and get rid of a lot of tea towels that that were just sort of worn or looking a bit dowdy. So, and I've rolled them all up now, so it just sort of looks a bit better. You can see what you've got. And yeah, I mean, I probably could get rid of a few more, but tea towels always come in handy. And then in the bottom drawer here, there's not really much in here at all. These are just lids from our mason glass jars, or our mason glasses. Those are the straws that go with the lids, and then those are just some disposable cutlery. And then we've got our fire blanket in there. So that's pretty much an empty drawer. There's not really much going on in that. So that's my kitchen area. I think I've showed you everything. Super happy with that. Now, my butler's pantry. Now, I love this area to decorate. So I haven't decluttered a lot of the decor in here because I really love it. See, it's hard for me in a way because I'm not attached to any decor. Like if someone said to me, you have to get rid of this whole thing, I could quite easily get rid of it and have no regrets. So I really have to stop myself just getting rid of everything and keeping a few things to make the place look nice. So yeah, I'm probably the opposite in a lot of people, whereas a lot of people find it hard to get rid of things because of sentimental value, whereas I don't attach sentimental value to anything. And none of this would have any sentimental value. It's all just stuff I've purchased. So I am happy with the way this looks. I don't feel it looks too cluttered. I don't feel like I'm going to get rid of much in here in the future either. So at the top here, it's just mainly decor. Nothing really functional. That little birdhouse still needs to get a makeover. That'll be a future project. You guys have probably seen most of this from when I redid it a few months ago. And then down here, I love this little, oh, my little plate's fallen off again. Had a little plate stuck on there, got to stick it back on. All of this hasn't changed. It's still pretty much the same. Okay, I did get rid of one of the birds. I had 2 birds sitting on that sitting on that cake stand, so I got rid of one of them. So that's one item that left this place. Oh God. And then those are the canisters that match the other ones. So the only thing I changed really here is I've moved my toaster into the corner here, which I really love the way it looks there. And I've freed up this space here because originally our coffee machine was in the corner, but every time you wanted to use it, you had to pull it all out to use it. Whereas the toaster, you don't have to move that to use it. You know, it's easy to slip your toast in, push your buttons down. You've got your plates right next to it to put your toast on. It just seems to function a lot better in this corner. And then I've left my kettle in this corner, and then there's a space here for when we get a new coffee machine, because the one we originally had was a pod machine, and neither of us are really keen on the pod machine, so we want to get like a proper one that makes, you know, the pressed coffee. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, so we're going to get a proper coffee machine for here that will sit next to the kettle, so that's what that space is for. I have my little crate here with some serviettes, teaspoons, and some little plates and a tea bag holder. I just love the way that looks. Those are just two little vintage shakers. There's nothing in them, they're just for display. I guess I could get rid of them, but I just like the way it sort of looks with the toaster. It kind of matches with the lines going through it. As I said, my toaster's here now, easy to use, doesn't need to be moved, and I've put some plates right next to it so people aren't dragging their toast all the way into the kitchen, getting crumbs everywhere. So again, that's like, you know, making life a bit more simple. Here we have our tea, coffee and sugar canisters. And then on this part of the sink, it's just the sink. I've got my little chalkboard there, which, you know, eventually I do want to write like little quotes or sayings on for the different seasons. Just haven't had a chance to get round to it yet. And this little brass mug, I sometimes use it to put my dirty tea bags in. Like once I've used the tea bags, I'll just put it in that cup until I can empty the cup into the bin. It'll just save me dragging the tea bag all across the bench and the floor and all that sort of thing. So that is my little breakfast nook area. Now in the cupboards in this breakfast nook, I tried to declutter a lot of these mugs, and most of the mugs I tried to declutter didn't belong to me, but the people that they did belong to really wanted to keep them, so we ended up having to keep a lot of the mugs, which is fair enough. I mean, you know, if those mugs make them happy, they can keep those mugs. So that's our mug collection, which has been pared down quite a bit, and yeah, I'm happy with what we've got there. These are our mason jar glasses or mugs that we use for all of our drinks. We don't have any regular glasses, that's all we actually use. And then down here is just our coffee grinder and coffee plunger. I did have another basket next to that full of those milkshake makers, which I was happy to say my husband did let go of most of them, so they're all gone. And now we've got pretty much a freed up cupboard space here, which looks good. Then in this corner cupboard here is where I keep all of my holiday decor. And I have got rid of quite a bit of the holiday decor. So this is my Halloween section. Again, I don't have a lot. So we've just got a pie dish, a soup container. We've got some skeleton looking plates at the back and some skeleton mugs. Now, I would get rid of these skeleton mugs, but my husband really likes them. So if I can find any nice glass ones, I might replace these plastic ones with the glass ones. And that's it. I got rid of all my Easter stuff. I wasn't happy with the Easter mugs or the Easter plates or the canisters that I had, so they're all gone. And then in this bottom one here is just where all of my Christmas all my Christmas sets are. So I've just got a dinner set at the back. We've got 4 mugs. We've got a couple of canisters that I switch out in my kitchen. We've got a couple of glass canisters at the back there, which I think I'm going to give a makeover to this year. We've got a set of 3 glass Christmas mugs. One of them sadly broke, so I'm hoping I can get a replacement this year at Christmas. And then a couple of Christmas baskets, and then the rest of that cupboard is empty. So I have decluttered a lot of my holiday cups, mugs and plates and all of that, which is really good. Then in the last cupboard is just where I keep, this is under the sink here, is just where I keep all the tablecloths, serviettes and placemats for the holiday season. So I tend to rotate them as we finish. So coming up next is Halloween. So all my Halloween stuff is sitting on top. Once Halloween finishes, I'll put all that stuff to the bottom, and then the Christmas ones will be next. So again, I have gotten rid of a few placemats that we were no longer using, a few napkins, and yeah, we're down to pretty much just what we actually use. So, oh, that is everything, guys. I'm so happy with all the way it looks now. I love this little nook in my whole house. This is my favorite nook in the whole house. I just love the way it's decorated. Yeah, it makes me so happy. This actually brings me joy. I know what KonMari's talking about now when she said, you know, hold an item and then see if it brings you joy. This whole little corner brings me joy. I just love it. So yes, that is my whole kitchen, all decluttered and simplified, having just the stuff that I actually use and all the clutter, or a lot of the clutter, put away. So I hope this video has given you some little ideas or hints and tips on how you can declutter your own kitchen to simplify your life. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.